What's good, everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to another video. Today we've got 25 of the best upcoming Nintendo Switch RPGs and more. It is going to be an awesome look at some great games. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. And we're starting off with the Plucky Squire. Now, this is published from Devolver Digital and developed by All Possible Futures, which is one of the best names. It's coming out this year, and this is storybook characters that discover a three-dimensional world outside of the pages of their own book and must jump in between 2D and 3D realms to save their friends. It's pretty charming. It's got a lot of action-packed adventure in there, and it's from one of the former Pokemon developers out there. So I think this game's going to be pretty cool when it launches later this year on the Nintendo Switch. Now, next up is Bomb Rush Cyberfunk, published and developed by Team Reptile, coming out August 18th, 2023. And this game is absolutely inspired by Jet Grind Radio. Bomb Rush Cyberfunk, a future world where, from the mind of Dion Coster, where self-styled graffiti crews equipped with personal boost packs, always love those personal boost packs, are battling with each other to control of the streets. Start your own cipher and dance, paint graffiti, collect beats, combo your tricks, and face off with the cops to stake your claim to the spiraling metropolis of New Amsterdam. Yeah, absolutely looking pretty funky with this one here, guys. And if you're into Jet Grind Radio, you're going to want to check out this game. Now, next up is Mina the Hollower. Yes, Yacht Club Games is back at it again. The incredible development team behind Shovel Knight coming out this year. You take control of Mina, this mouse hollower. She's renowned, she's awesome, and you get hurled into this classic part Castlevania, part old school Zelda mix of gameplay. But you're on this mission to rescue a cursed island. You can whip foes, burrow in the ground, and explore a pixel perfect world in Mina the Hollower. Brand new game, once again, from the developers of the old school legend Shovel Knight. It's looking really good, and once again, can't go wrong with Yacht Club Games. But before we continue on here, guys, please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're someone new, click that notification bell, especially if you're enjoying the Nintendo Switch RPG content and more right here on PlayerEssence. Next up, Vampire Survivors. This game is a highly praised game, a lot of high scores, even some people giving it their game of the year last year. So pretty impressive here. Published by Chronicle, or Chronicle, I should say more like it. Developed by Chronicle as well. Coming out August 17, 2023. And in this game, obviously, you mow down thousands of night creatures and survive until dawn. Vampire Survivors. This crazy looking gothic horror casual game with roguelite elements where your choices can allow you to quickly snowball against hundreds of monsters that get thrown at you. Definitely one of those addictive games. You just have one more round, one more playtime with it. So yeah, a lot of people really like this game. So we'll see how it works on the Nintendo Switch later in August. Next up, Disney Illusion Island, published by Disney Interactive Studios and developed by Dahlia Studios. And it's coming out July 28, 2023. So in this game, you join Mickey and his friends. Mickey, one of the most popular, recognizable characters in the world, on a quest to explore the mysterious island of Monoth and recover 3 mystical books to save the world from disaster. You can play as Mickey and friends. You can choose your favorite character and unlock special abilities as you perform high-flying platforming feats, solve fun puzzles, and take on epic boss battles. You can reveal the mysteries of Disney Illusion Island. And this game is on the list because it reminds me of Rayman Legends that has a very similar setup. Rayman Legends was awesome on Nintendo Switch, so I think that this game could be really fun with friends and family as well, with that Rayman feel to it. Next up, Blasphemous II, published by Team 17, developed by The Game Kitchen, coming out on August 24, 2023. And in this game, you know how it is. It's gross, it's grotesque, and there's a lot of enemies that are standing in your way where you are waiting the final judgment by a brutal hand of the Penitent One, with titanic twisted bosses also lurking in the darkness, man. They're ready to come get you, waiting for their chance to return to you to the grave from whence they came. Taking them down won't be easy though, but with Blasphemous 2 offering more chances to customize and improve your skill set, along with several new unique weapons to wield with righteous zeal and unending fury, victory might just be within grasp. This is a sick Metroidvania game with some awesome level design. They're actually making the scope and scale of this game even bigger and better than the first Blasphemous, and yeah, it's looking really good. Now, next up is Disgaea 7 Vows of the Virtueless NIS America, back at it again. Developer Nippon Ichi Software, coming out October 3rd, 2023. Disgaea, it's back. Better than ever in Disgaea 7 Vows of the Virtueless. You can join Fuji and Pirilika as they embark on a perilous journey of redemption and experience unique features new to the Disgaea series. This is a classic RPG series that's actually gotten better with each new release. I know Disgaea 5 was one of my favorites, and Disgaea 7 seems to be taking things to the next level. And I actually like the setting and theme of this Disgaea game more than the previous one, so this should be a good one. Next up is Double Dragon Gaiden, Rise of the Dragons. Yes sir, the old school Double Dragon is back. Published by Maximum Games, developed by Secret Base, coming out on July 27, 2023. The Double Dragon brothers return in this fresh addition to the iconic beat-em-up franchise that I've been playing for decades now. What, been 30 plus years for Double Dragon? Now with roguelite elements. Every playthrough is a chance at a new action. Tag in with 2 to 4 starter characters or unlock 9 additional characters, each with their own special moves and unique playstyles. I think this classic old school beat 'em up has gotten really good in the past number of years. We got Streets of Rage 4, we got the Turtles game as well, Shredder's Revenge. Now Double Dragon comes back, so I'm liking what I'm seeing from this game. Little bit off with the art style at the time. I'm not sure if it completely fits the Double Dragon original style of the game and the artwork, but you know, they're bringing it back to kind of have more of a bit of a lighter, poppier feel to it with the rogue elements, so it makes sense. Next up is Evening Chronicle 100 Heroes, published by 505 Games, developed by Rabbit and Bear Studios. After the huge successful Kickstarter, it looks like this game is gearing up finally in 2023. Now, Evening Chronicle 100 Heroes is designed to bring players a modern take on classic JRPG experience. You know how I love those classic JRPG experiences, guys. Now get ready to lead 100 plus playable characters through a war-torn world only you can save. I'm loving the visual style and the flair this game has. It looks awesome. Obviously, Suikoden, it is the evolved next evolution step of that, because that game's been dormant for so long. We might be talking about it a little bit later, but it's a lot of the original developers of that, and this game looks awesome. I think it's going to be really good, and I'm looking forward to playing it very soon here in 2023. Next up, Dragon Quest Monsters, The Dark Prince. Square Enix, once again, you know how it is with Dragon Quest, guys. December 1st, 2023, the Xenoblade 2017 date. Become the master of the monster kind. Obviously, Dragon Quest Monsters makes sense there. Journey into a fantastical world on a quest for revenge. In Dragon Quest Monsters, The Dark Prince, Pissarro is cursed and is unable to harm anything with monster blood. Now, he must become a monster wrangler to create an army for battle. The hunt for high-ranked monsters takes Pissarro through the ever-changing seasons of Nadira and its unique environments with rivers of bubbling lava, mysterious ancient ruins, and soaring towers of cake? Yes, soaring towers of cake. Along the way, Pissarro meets this kind-hearted elf, Rose, who's not Princess Zelda, who joins his adventure to seek out ever stronger monsters. The key to Pissarro's success lies with synthesis, the ability to combine two monsters and create a stronger offspring. Shin Megami Tensei, anybody? New creation brings Pissarro one step closer to his goal of becoming the master of monster kind. And I like what they're doing here. This is a AA RPG built for the Nintendo Switch, and it looks incredible. I like some of the stuff that they're doing with the monster collection aspects, synthesis aspects of this game, and I think it's going to be better than Dragon Quest Treasures. But speaking of better than Dragon Quest Treasures, Baten Kaitos 1 and 2 HD Remaster. Yes, Bandai Namco, they're bringing it back. Logical Beat is the developer. on this one here in terms of the HD remaster. The original developer is Monolith Soft, of course, September 14th, 2023. So, Wings of the Heart take flight once more. 2 JRPG masterpieces return. Baten Kaitos Eternal Wings in the Lost Ocean and Baten Kaitos Origins are back with improved graphics and new features to aid game progression, making them even easier to play. So quality of life features. Monolith Soft made this game all the way back then in the early 2000s and mid 2000s, and it was a very interesting card-based RPG. Deep story, lots of good lore, really touching, moving events, sometimes questionable voice acting, great graphics for the most part in terms of the scope and scale of the game. Not the best on the GameCube, but definitely good. I love Baten Kaitos, and the fact that they're bringing it back in this type of way is very exciting, especially old school Monolith Soft. I love that. We need to see more. Xenosaga, Xenogears, that needs to come back, but this is a great first step with Baten Kaitos 1 and 2 HD Remaster. But speaking of maybe a step that needs to come sooner or later, Hollow Knight, Silksong on the eShop. Team Cherry, published, developed, let's go. 2023 is the date, but I mean, who knows? But in this game, you can play as Hornet, Princess Protector of Hollow West, and the adventure through a whole new kingdom ruled by Silk and Silksong. Captured and brought to this unfamiliar world, Hornet must battle foes and solve mysteries as she ascends on a deadly pilgrimage to the kingdom's peak. And yeah, it's very good that Hollow Knight potentially is coming out this year. This game has been in development, I would say extension, how about that, for quite some time. People have been wondering when it's going to come out, and people have just been asking, where is Hollow Knight Silksong? So hopefully they make a 2023 release, because this is going to be one of the most anticipated indie games of all time for core gamers out there. Heck, one of the most anticipated indie games, period. So yeah, very much looking forward to it, but also looking forward to something that's very anticipated. That is Suikoden 1 and 2 HD Remaster, Gate Rune, and Dunin Unification War. Konami with this one coming out this year, 2023. Now, these games, a hero's destiny is written in the stars. The legendary Konami JRPGs, Suikoden 1 and Suikoden 2, have now been remastered in HD. Now, the story with Suikoden 1, because obviously 2 different games, different styles or tones. A once renowned hero turns into a violent tyrant, and the empire falls into decline. A liberation army is rising up in an act of rebellion against an oppressive rule. One by one, the 108 stars of destiny gather to shape the course of history. Now in Suikoden 2, our story's hero and his friend Jowry are members of the Unicorn Youth Brigade, which participated in a drawn-out border dispute between the Highland Kingdom and the city-states known of Jousttown. So you're gonna have a lot of content with these games here. It's good that Konami is getting back into it with this, and I love these old school games being brought back, remastered, and remade. It's just good. It's just a good thing. So I'm very happy that these are coming back. But speaking of classic games coming back, Star Ocean Second Story R, November 2nd, 2023. Square Enix publishing this one. The developer is Gem Drops. Now this game is interesting because it's kind of brought to life with this unique 2.5D aesthetic. It fuses the fusion dance, 2D pixel characters, and 3D environments. Now, this remake includes a lot of great additional content from the original release, adding new elements. Now, you can experience the new battle mechanics. You got full Japanese and English voiceovers, original and rearranged music, fast travel, and a lot more. This is the definitive version of a classic but modernized JRPG that's perfect for newcomers and longtime fans alike. They've got multiple difficulties as well. They've retouched and rebalanced things for the harder difficulty. They've added in a lot of effort, and I'm very proud in terms of what Square Enix, or very happy more like, in terms of what Square Enix has done with this compared to their recent Star Ocean games, and even the Star Ocean First Departure. You know, they just brought that back in the PSP version. I mean, it was okay, but this is clearly a higher effort, and many feel that this game, Star Ocean, the second one, is the best game in this series, and it just has a clean look to it. I'm really loving what they're doing there. But keeping on the RPG train and loving what they're doing, Persona 5, right? I mean, everybody loves Persona 5. How about Persona 5 Tactica from Atlas? It's coming out on November 17th, 2023. Now, in this game, a strange incident happens, like all Persona games, and the Phantom Thieves once again must wander into a bizarre realm where its citizens are living under tyrannical oppression. Surrounded by a military group named Legionnaires, they found themselves in a grave danger until a mysterious revolutionary named Irina rescues them and offers an enticing deal in exchange for their help. What truth lies behind Irina and the deal she offers to the Phantom Thieves? Could there be a double crossing here? Could there be something that's going on? Well, you're gonna have to find out. And every time I see this game, guys, it gets better and better for me, at least, just because it looks really slick and it looks like it's gonna be some cool, bite-sized, tactical fun. So I'm loving what they're doing with this game so far, and I'm looking forward to seeing exactly how the story plays out with the combat, strategy, and battle effectiveness of the Phantom Thieves in this type of RPG. But speaking of a really cool type of RPG, Sea of Stars. Yes, Sabotage, back at it, developed by Sabotage, self-published. Let's go. August 29th, 2023. Now, the promise of the Sabotage touch is here in every system. Sea of Stars aims to modernize the classic RPG in terms of turn-based combat, storytelling, exploration, and interactions with the environment, while still offering a hearty slice of nostalgia and good old simple fun. Now, there's a demo of Sea of Stars, and it's very good. It reminds me of the old school Secret of Mana, Chrono Trigger, games like that in that 16-bit era. Sea of Stars does a lot of that goodness, that healthy slice of old school action, but with that modern touch in terms of the gameplay. I really enjoyed the demo, so make sure you guys go check that out. It's a lot of fun, and it's a great bite-sized RPG to really sink your teeth into on August 29th, or just later whenever you want to get it. But speaking of a great bite-sized RPG, Metal Slug Tactics. Dotemu, developer, Leaker. It's releasing this year, which I think it was delayed from before. And Metal Slug is back with this one, baby. Brand new entry in the Metal Slug universe, where you can discover a new side of the emblematic run and gun and jump into a dynamic tactical RPG with roguelike elements. Super fun and lighthearted, Metal Slug Tactics takes what makes Metal Slug so special and unique and brings it to the tactical genre. We got a lot of franchises that are established in different types of games coming to the tactical side of things here, and I love that because tactical RPGs are absolutely incredible and great to pick up and play, get a mission done, or if you're right in the middle and you can't finish, you can just pause it and get right back into it. It's a lot of fun, and that's why you see a lot of developers getting into it. Plus, there's a lot of money to be made as well, and Metal Slug Tactics looks really good. That delay, I think, was a good thing. They're going to polish it up, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Plus, it's always good to see Metal Slug come back in some way, shape, or form. But speaking of coming back in some way, shape, or form, Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1, Konami is here once again with the old school heat. It's releasing on October 24, 2023. The origin of the stealth action returns. Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1 unifies the beginning of the Metal Gear gameplay experience in one single very large package on the Nintendo Switch with the download size. And you can infiltrate enemy fortresses all over the globe, complete your missions with stealth, and experience the thrilling cinematic story of the Metal Gear series. And they are not lying when they say cinematic, because you will be watching cinematics and listening to a lot of stuff a lot in these games. Now, Volume 1 lineup features the original titles and the beginning of the Metal Gear series, including the original versions of Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake, Metal Gear Solid, which also includes the VR missions and special missions, and the HD collection versions of Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty and Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. You're getting a lot of Metal Gear here. You're going to see a lot of Snake, and there's going to be a lot of stealth and a lot of action in this one. I love me some Metal Gear, so I'm definitely going to be picking this one up. But speaking of awesome collections all being put together here, Batman Arkham Trilogy from Warner Brothers Games, Rocksteady, the original developer on this one. It's coming out Q3 2023, and it's Batman. You know, it's Batman. You can become Gotham's ultimate protector across the iconic Batman Arkham Trilogy. One of my favorite superheroes, if not my favorite superhero game of all time, with these titles. Face off against the notorious DC supervillains, the Joker, Scarecrow, Poison Ivy, and more in Batman Arkham Asylum. Step into the shadows of Batman Arkham City's open world, the new maximum security home for thugs, gangsters, and insane criminal masterminds. And yes, Batman Arkham City to me is still one of the GOATs when it comes to superhero games. When it comes to just games in general, I loved that game, especially the challenge arena battle rooms. I used to use Robin all the time, or Nightwing or whatever. Like, it was a lot of fun. Now, in Batman Arkham Knight, which is the third game, and we got to talk about that just a little bit, tear through the streets of Gotham and take on the ultimate threat in the trilogy's epic conclusion. Experience critically acclaimed gameplay and AAA original storytelling across all three games, plus all DLC, all in one package. So yeah, the download size with that. And the third game, that game was very taxing, and heck, Digital Foundry even said that it looks better than Gotham Knights, the newer game on PS5 and Xbox Series. So that game's gonna be interesting to see how it does on the Nintendo Switch. But I think that this trilogy of games is going to do really well. People have been waiting for Batman on the Switch, and now you've got Batman on the Switch. But speaking of people waiting for stuff, yes, Sonic Superstars. People have been waiting for a classic 2D modern and Sonic game since Sonic 4. And now we've got it here. Sega is the publisher. RZest developing this one. This is Q3 2023, and you can blast and adventure your way through a mystical North Star Islands in this all-new take on classic 2D Sonic high-speed action platforming, where you can play as Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Amy Rose. I love the fact that you can play as Knuckles and Tails in this game. You can harness the all-new Emerald powers to move and attack in dynamic new ways, navigate gorgeous, never-before-seen environments solo or with up to 3 other players, and stop Dr. Eggman, Fang, and a mysterious new adversary from converting the island's giant animals into badniks before it's too late. Got that classic setup of just trying to destroy animals, and they're bad, so you gotta take care of that as well. I love what they're doing, some of the new abilities and stuff in this game. It just looks like a lot of fun, and casually playing with friends and family is going to be great. That pick up and play, you know, new Super Mario Bros. Style of gameplay, old school. So I love this, man. I love the old school with the modern takes. I think this game is going to be a blast to play through. But speaking of a blast of playing through, Deca Police, let's go. Level 5 on this one here, guys, coming out this year, 2023. No actual solid date, but should be coming out this year. So a mysterious detective story with investigations in this virtual world. Deca Police, a crime suspense RPG. That setup just sounds great. Crime suspense RPG from Level 5, developers of the Layton series, shout outs to Professor Layton, will be released on the Nintendo Switch in 2023. The main character, a rookie detective named Harvard, which is a great name, obviously he's very intelligent, Harvard, right? Hunts down criminals in an open world crime-ridden city. It's like Batman, but like RPG anime style, right? Traveling back and forth between physical and virtual reality, look forward to a mysterious detective story with investigations in this virtual space. And this is probably one of my most hyped releases. Like, I'm really excited for Deca Police. I love the setup, I love the aesthetics, I love some of the innovation that they're doing within Level 5's type of games. It just looks like it has a splash of everything that makes Level 5 awesome and what they've done in the past, but with a modern edge to it as well. Phenomenal looking new RPG. I'm just looking forward to seeing more of the combat system and how everything works with your party members and everything. But speaking of combat systems and party members that are awesome, Super Mario RPG, November 17, 2023. This blew me away when I saw this. Super Mario RPG is a must-play game. Mario, Bowser, Princess Peach, all partnering up to repair the wish-granting Star Road in this approachable role-playing adventure that I would also say is almost like a comedy at times as well. So you can team up with an oddball group, and yes, it is an oddball group of heroes, to save Star Road and stop the troublemaking Smithy gang. This colorful RPG has updated graphics and cinematics, and even more charm to the unexpected alliance between Mario, Bowser, Peach, and the original characters Mallow and Geno, enter or revisit, because yes, this game is a remake of the classic, this world of eccentric allies and offbeat enemies and an RPG for everyone. So what makes Super Mario RPG so great is the writing. The writing, the humor, the comedy, what they do in this game, you almost feel as if it's something that's surreal. Like, it's set within the Mario universe, kinda, but everybody knows that Mario is like this celebrity. So it's almost like he's like a video game icon within the universe of Mario, because everybody knows him and they're like, oh snap, it's Mario. So it's like he's famous. So the way that they interact and treat him is different than any other Mario game. So I love this title. There's a lot of cool spoofs on culture at that time and stuff, so I can't wait. I'm not gonna spoil anything, guys, but man, it is good. It is really good. Super Mario RPG, easily one of my most anticipated games of the year. November 17th on that one. But speaking of Mario, yes, the big dog, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, October 20th, Nintendo on this one. This is the evolution, finally, of 2D Mario. Nintendo says it, find wonder in the next evolution of Mario fun. Classic Mario side-scrolling gameplay is turned on its head with the addition of Wonder Flowers. The game-changing items trigger spectacular moments you have to see to believe. Witness pipes coming alive, wreak havoc as a giant spiky ball, and see even more unexpected events called Wonder Effects. Pick from heroic Super Mario characters and power-ups. Choose from familiar characters including Mario, Luigi, Peach, Daisy, Yoshi, and Toad. No yellow Toad and blue Toad in this one. Let's go. Transform, or you can maybe, but still, it's not like those are like the characters that you pick from, and they don't have the other ones. Daisy's awesome too, by the way. I love the fact that Daisy's in this game. You can transform also into Elephant Mario. Have to buy that game. It's worth it alone just for that. And use your trunk to trounce. Super Mario Bros. Wonder is a game to me that really evolves the Mario 2D formula. I think that it looks incredible. This is exactly what the 2D Mario games needed after the decade plus of New Super Mario Bros. And Mario Maker. Those are great. Obviously, those sell really well. They're fantastic. But this, to me, has the ability to be even greater than all of the New Super Mario Bros. And Mario Maker, because they're finally doing some really cool things with the animations and the expressions of Mario. Like, New Super Mario Bros. Had like that classic feel, kind of made modern, but it felt a little bit dry, and the music didn't match what Mario is known for 2D Mario, because 2D Mario has great music and New Super Mario Bros. Music is not great. It's not great, and Mario Maker is just a play on all of the previous Mario games that we've gotten before, so we really haven't had that true new evolution of 2D Mario in a long time. So this game seems to fit that bill, at least in my opinion it does. But what are your thoughts on these big upcoming Nintendo Switch games, RPGs, and more? I'm excited for a lot of these games in 2023. Let me know what you're excited for and anything that I missed in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're someone new, click that notification bell, and we will see you for the next video. Peace.